Well, it wouldn't be Chelsea without having an ACL injury before the season actually starts. And lo and behold, it's Levi Colwill, one of our best players we had during the entire summer during the Club World Cup, has suffered an ACL injury. Now he's undergone surgery now, which means it could be 6 to 8 months. We may see him at the end of this season, but there's a possibility that we do not rush this player back and we may not see him at all this entire season, which just seems mind-boggling with how well he has been playing. But like I said, this just seems to be a Chelsea thing because there's been multiple seasons now with preseason injuries that Chelsea have picked up something, and Colwill was stamped on to be starting in this 11 with Maresca, and now it's a big blow to us. But we do have other players that we could possibly put into this position. And in this video, we're going to talk about who could actually play in those positions and who we might actually go for as well, because the transfer window is still open. Now, obviously, Levi Colwill plays more in the left center back position. We could facilitate a few different players. Now, obviously, Shield would make the most sense. The thing is, he's actually still out hurt too. I think he's out for another month or two. So with the first match of the season, he was not actually an option for us. Now, luckily, we've obviously signed Hato, which is a great signing for us. He is a younger player though and has not played in the Premier League yet. So this, to me, seems like we'd be throwing him into the deep end. So I don't think we're going to go with him either. Fortunately, or unfortunately, depending on how you look at this, we do actually have another player that we can look at too, and that's Veiga. And I don't know if we're actually going to keep him or not because of this injury now. Atletico Madrid were in the talks to sign him this year in this summer transfer window. But now with this big injury to Levi Colwill, this actually gives him a path to start in the starting 11, because that was one of the main reasons he didn't want to stay at Chelsea more, because we were trying to facilitate him as a backup for Cucurella and play him as a left back. He wanted to play as a center back, preferably on the left side, and now that spot has opened up pretty much wide open for him. This could be his opportunity to take advantage of it, and if I was him, it would make total sense to stay at Chelsea and actually try to prove my worth, because yes, obviously it'd be great to go to Atletico Madrid, but you came to Chelsea, you wanted to play this position, and now that position is actually open. It would make total sense to stay here. Now, granted, obviously money can talk, and maybe they're already too far along the way with the negotiations, but I feel like Chelsea could easily pull this back. Now, if he doesn't work out, there are a few other options in the league itself. Veiga obviously is one of probably the top prospects, not only for Chelsea, but for Liverpool as well. He has 12 months left in his contract. The thing is that Crystal Palace obviously want to keep this player with how good of he is, but at the end of the season, if they don't sell him, they lose out on a big sum of money. And for Crystal Palace, that could be massive for them, because with PSR and FFP, you're trying to always make sure you're making sales to actually make a profit, because if he leaves free, that's 40-ish million that they're going to lose out on, and I do believe Chelsea will pay that amount. Now, luckily, Chelsea have a sell-on clause for this player, so whatever we pay, we're going to get a kickback to it. So whether that is we buy him for 40, it's going to, I think, come to like 35 or 32, something along those lines. So it's not going to be the exact price. But that being said, Chelsea should go out and possibly buy a player if Veiga is not going to be the option for us, because if he's not the option, he, like I said, makes total sense. Or we go out and look at another player. But like I said, we have a few different options. Hato, Cucurella could even play there. Malagusta could play as a left back. So like I said, there are a few different things. But obviously, this throws a huge monkey wrench into the system for Enzo Maresca. So obviously, we will keep this up to date and see what happens. The big blow for Chelsea, but like I said, Levi Colwill should heal up. We should see him possibly at the end of the season, if not push him too fast to get him back next season. But with the World Cup coming up, I gotta believe he's gonna try to push to get back as quickly as possible, get minutes, get game time, and hopefully go to or come to the States, I guess, to play in the World Cup for England next summer. But like I said, this is a big blow for not only Levi Colwill but for Chelsea. But I think we have plenty of options, and I think we will do well whoever we play. But I do want to know, what do you think about this injury for Chelsea? I think, again, it is a big blow, but I think we'll surpass it and still continue to keep going. And I still think we can compete for the title of this upcoming year. So if you enjoy this video, make sure to like button, hit the subscribe if you have not. I greatly appreciate it, and I will see you tomorrow.